Hey guys, today's tutorial is a little makeup tutorial inspired by Thomas Halbert. I'll leave his link down below so you can go and check his video out as well. So, moving on to the makeup, we're going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15, and I'm just going to be using that to carve out my eyebrows, and I'm actually going to be spreading that all across my lid too to use as an eyeshadow base today because it's one of the best eyeshadow bases there is. So I'm literally just covering and caking my lids with that concealer, and then I'm taking my damp beauty blender just to blend everything out to assure there is no creasing and no lines at all, and then I'm just going straight in with some translucent powder. I believe it was the RCMA one, just to set my lids so there's no creasing and it's ready for the eyeshadow. Now for my eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Manny MUA X Makeupgeek palette, and we're starting off with the shade here in the middle, and I'm going to be putting that into my outer crease and blending upwards. Now, because I do have hooded eyes, I do like to bring my eyeshadows quite high up, so if you have hooded eyes too, that's probably a really good idea, so you can see it when your eyes are open and closed. Now, what I'm going to be doing is putting majority of the color on the outer corner and the inner corner. So we're basically going to be keeping all of this middle part here clear, because that's where we're going to be putting shimmery colors and some glitter. Moving on to the next color, I'm just taking this beautiful burgundy pinky color, and I'm just taking a little definer brush and kind of mapping out where I'm going to be putting this color. Now these eyeshadows are so blendable, you can do stuff like just plop it on and worry about blending later. It's not going to dry, it's very blendable, and you can pack on the color super duper well. Makeupgeek shadows are known for their blendability and their butteriness. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing. Now, as you can see, I'm taking a little bit more of that shade that we first started off with, and I'm just blending out that color. Today's look is all about going back in with the colors and then moving to the next one and then going back to the one before that to blend that out. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense? I don't know. So yeah, I'm just doing that and going back in with that color once again. Now, taking this nice dark brown maroon sort of color, time to define a little bit more, I guess. So I'm just going to be putting that on the outer V up a little bit, not bringing it past that pinkish burgundy color that I used before. So as you can see, I'm just blending that out nicely and then going back in with a little bit more of that pinky burgundy shade to blend out that darker maroon color on my lid. As I said, this look is about going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Now, just focusing a little bit on the inner corner of my eye to give that halo sort of effect, and I'm just applying a generous amount of color and then blending it all out. I love this look so much already. It's just so nice. And yeah, as I said, just blend, blend, and blend, and blend, and blend, and keep blending, and don't stop. As you can see, I'm just packing on a little bit more of that darker shade on the inner corner and then blending that out. Also, now we are moving on to the lid. So this is the halo part of the eye. So I'm just taking those two shimmery shades from the Manny palette, and I did wet my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus to give a better pigmentation, and I'm bringing it up through my crease almost to my brow bone. Because I do have hooded eyes, you really want to still be able to know that there is a halo effect going on. I am just also blending out those sides so it's nice and smooth. Moving on to the glitter, I'm just taking the Too Faced glitter glue on this little tiny brush here and kind of doing a little triangle shape, like the point of the triangles at my eyebrow and then down to the base. Now, the glitter I'm using is from Lit Cosmetics called Champagne Wishes. It's so freaking beautiful. I cannot even explain why I haven't used this before. I've had it for so long, and I found it and I was like, this could be stunning. So I'm just putting that all over my lid, packing it on generously, and yeah. As you can see, I'm just adding more and more glitter to really build it up and make it look just like cool. Like, I think this looks so awesome. I love this eyeshadow look. It's just absolutely stunning. I just quickly did the other eye off camera, and now we are back, and I'm using the Kylie Jenner eyeliner. Kyliner, I think it's called. Honestly, not that great. No shade, but whew, it's not that great. It's pretty dry. I am just blending that eyeliner out with some of the darkest color that we used on my eyelid, just to make it a little bit smoky, just a little bit smoky. Now, moving on to mascara. This is the Tarte mascara. This is actually pretty good, you guys. Like, this is pretty good. Tarte mascaras aren't all that bad. I do quite like them, so yeah. I'm just applying that on both of my eyes, and then I'm going to be plopping on some Lily lashes. These are in the style Divine. They are so stunning. I'm just using a little bit of my House of Lashes black lash glue, applying that on the lash, letting it dry for 30 seconds, and then just sticking that right on my eye. I like to look down when I apply my lashes. You're meant to look straight ahead, but fuck that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just popping that straight on, as you can see, struggle down a little bit, and that's what the lash looks like. Absolutely stunning. Now, we are just wiping off a little bit of the Fallout, glitter Fallout with a Neutrogena Makeup Wipe, which are my favorites. And now we are starting on the face using the Kim Tai Ofra Wanderlush Moisturiser / Primer. I'm just applying a generous amount of that all over my face, down my chins and onto my necks, and then also my forehead. A little bit of Fix Plus up in there. Are you shocked though? Are you shocked? And just to moisten up the skin now, we're taking two of my favorite foundations, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk and the Marc Jacobs Remarcable, mixing those two together. And I'm just starting to apply that to my face with a paddle brush. I am a little bit tan at the moment, hence why I'm using a darker color than my face. So I'm just packing that all over my face and making sure everything is covered. What I like to do, instead of using a light concealer, I just take the same foundation shade that I'm using and just conceal the tops of my brows, just so I'm not highlighting the tops of my brows, you know what I mean? So they don't look like little shields or anything like that. I used to do that back in the book, but now I just use the foundation color that I am using. Taking my beauty blender, I think it was damp, but I'm just spritzing it with a bit of Fix Plus just for show, I guess. I don't know why I even do it. So I'm just blending out all of my foundation with the beauty blender. Oh, it looks so good. I feel like it's just such a flawless combo, the Giorgio Armani and the Marc Jacobs Remarcable. So good. Just look at that coverage though. Absolutely stunning. Now moving on to concealer. Are you shocked that I'm using this again? Are you shocked? Just applying the Tarte Shape Tape around the corners of my mouth, my chin, Cupid's bow, my nose bridge, and my forehead. I like to do that part first, blend it all out, and then do my under eyes. Just because I feel like under eyes crease really quickly, especially if you're me and you have little creases. Is there any way to get rid of that? Does like Botox or something get rid of the little creases under your eyes? I don't know. Anyway, so I've just applied an absolute shit ton of that, and I'm just blending that out with my beauty blender, as you can see, really getting all up in those creases, packing it in there, and then I'm going to be going straight in with my, God, this is a long tutorial. I'm going to be going straight in with my Celebre Pro Translucent Powder from Mehron. I have not used this in a hot motherfucking minute. I actually found it in my makeup drawer the day I filmed this, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't used this in so long. Maybe I can change it up from the RCMA and the Coty, because I bet you guys are sick of seeing that. You just know what translucent powder I'm going to use. So I shocked you all today and decided to use something else. Stunning. And I'm also just setting the rest of my face with that translucent powder also, just so I didn't have to use the Australis Fresh and Flawless again like I do in every tutorial. Okay, thank you. Moving on to the Ofra Versatile Matte Bronzer. This is absolutely stunning. I love this so much. I'm just taking my Benefit bronzing brush to bronze up my face. And just blending that all out. Oh, I really need to get the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer. Like, I love it so much. I've only used it twice. It's my friend's, and it's out of stock on Sephora the other day. I was so disappointed when I went to get it, because when I looked, like, last week, it was in stock, and now it's out of stock. Ugh, anyway. Just bronzing up my jawline as well to give a little bit of dimension to the face, and also ever so slightly running that down the side of my nose, because it did get a little bit lost in the concealer, so I still want to look like I have a nose. Now taking the Makeupgeek contour shade in the shade Complicated, I am just contouring ever so slightly. Well, actually, it's quite dramatic. I really want to, like, I want that day to come when my contour just looks absolutely flawless. Like, I feel like my contour always looks a little bit muddy. Like, I don't know what it is, but if I don't put enough on, then it doesn't look contoured, you know what I mean? But if I put too much on, then it looks a little bit muddy. I don't know. It looks good from the front, but from the side, it's not all that great. So I need to work on that. Now, moving on to blush. This is the Main Squeeze from Makeupgeek. Also, I'm just applying a little bit of that on my cheeks and blending back to the end of the contour near my ear. just with a little cute brush. And now we are moving on to underneath my eyes. I'm basically doing exactly what I did on top of the eye, underneath the eye. So I'm just taking that first shade that we used, the brown one, on underneath my eye on the inner corner and the outer corner, leaving the middle part free, because the middle part I am going to be putting a little bit of glitter also. So I'm just taking that little brush and going in with the maroon shade, and then I go straight into the dark burgundy maroon shade that I used to define, and just popping that in there. I think this looks so cool. This like effect is just awesome. Like, it's so different, but it's still normal. I'm just taking a little bit of the Kyliner on the outer corner of my waterline and the inner corner, and it's not that dramatic because this eyeliner is quite dry and it's not that pigmented, you know what I mean? So it didn't do all that much, but it still did a little something, which was nice because it didn't take away from the glitter and everything. I don't know. So I'm just popping a little bit of that glitter underneath my eye in a triangle, like teardrop sort of effect. Now I'm going with my fave mascara for bottom lashes. This is MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I thought I'd show you guys a close-up of me doing my mascara and using this mascara just to show how good it actually is. So it really does define the bottom lashes without clumpifying them. It lengthens them and it thickens them all at the same time. And it just does such a good job. I think it looks so cool. Just cleaning up my contour a little bit with some more of that translucent powder, because I did go quite messy with that. So I'm just cleaning that up. And then I'm dusting it off literally 10 seconds later because this translucent powder is so strong and it does leave a harsh line. So get that off real quick. Now, I found this the other day. This is the Lena Lashes Highlight Palette. I have not used this ever before. And I was pretty impressed. Like, look at that. It's not bad. It wasn't muddy or anything like that. It blended really nicely. So I'm just applying that on my cheeks, my nose bridge, Cupid's bow. You guys know the drill. Now for my lip color, this is a Jeffree Star Cosmetics, no tea, no shade. I did just line my lips with the Huda Beauty lip liner in the shade Icon. Just to get a rough outline. When I do dark lips, I do like to outline my lips a little bit or overline them. And I'm just filling that in with the lipstick shade. I never really do dark lips, but when I do, I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't suit me, I guess, but I really wanted to change it up for you guys because I know some of you are probably sick of seeing a nude friggin' lip. So I changed it up, and this was the outcome, and this is one of Jeffree's new liquid lipsticks, and I think the color is really different and cool. And then I'm just taking some of the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day in the smell Lavender, just to set my face. This does such a good job. And oh, that's it. We are done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!